The second chapter, called The Manifestation of Brahma, will describe the dilemma of the gods. Kalidasa sets up the frame narrative of the poem, describing the gods appealing to the creator, Brahma. They complain against the demon king, Taraka, and his aggressive actions, who has disrupted the order of the worlds by taking everything that belonged to the other gods. That was a time when the gods, suffering because of the Asura, Taraka, went with Indra at their head to the realm of that being who exists of his own will. Everything that exists has a presence, and this presence is recognizable because of specific qualities. It is these characteristics that make the presence stand out. Something is tangible, visible, divisible, and so on. With the qualities that define a presence comes the idea of function. These qualities are there for a reason. Everything that exists has a function. Everything has an identity and a role that links it and separates it from other things in existence. This function may only be known by the passing of time, as each thing grows into its potential. Not all qualities are present at once. Some are hidden, and inherent qualities may manifest themselves later. For beings with higher levels of consciousness, they will know when things do not match their characteristics and functions. The quality of the Creator is that He is the one who assigned to each being its function. Each being then has a common source, and everything, though it appears to be in opposition, is in fact interconnected. The gods, who are beings of higher consciousness, are aware of this truth, and so they worship Brahma as the source of all their uniqueness and powers. This reverence itself has a presence, and its qualities are that it brings peace and joy. Brahma showed himself to the gods, from whose faces the radiance had faded, as the sun does in the morning over lakes, where the lotuses are closed in sleep. The gods, feeling the presence of what is sacred, perform their duty to honor the Creator by enumerating His great qualities. The praise itself has a function to link the God's words with the truth, and to link this awareness of truth with their need to re-establish order. And this order's function is stability and purpose. All of them bowed, and then, with meaningful words, they worship the Lord of the Word, Creator of all, who faces in all directions. Brahma is praised with the greatest qualities because whatever qualities exist, they appeared first in Him, who passed on His qualities to what He created, in the same way that our ancestors passed on their specific qualities to us. If we venerate our achievements or the achievements of our ancestors, we should also venerate the Creator's achievements. It is by the Creator's design that we're able to overcome difficulties and accomplish victories. If we venerate our intelligence because of our experience, we should also venerate the Creator's intelligence. He has many faces because He sees all perspectives, whereas we are limited by our singular way of experiencing the world, of seeing and then reacting. There is achievement, intelligence, and reverence in the creation, because there is achievement, intelligence, and reverence in the Creator. Those are the qualities inherent in the Creator. The praise of the Creator instills a love for the order of the world in its rich, complex, and beautiful design. Ancestor even of the ancestors, and God set over the gods, higher than the high, you are the creator of the creating forces. Brahma accepts their praise and turns now to their needs. Why have they come to see him? The function of the awareness of the interconnectedness of existence is compassion. The quality of compassion is that it expands beyond one's limits and allows healing and restoration to happen. When one part is hurt, all the other parts are affected as well. With compassion, all parts are seen for their individual presence. Each one exists, and each one becomes present in our focus. The Creator, hearing the truthful praise, felt it go to his heart, and moved to kindness towards them, he spoke in return to the gods. Brahma addresses their worries before they confess them. As the Creator, he is the one who gave each presence its qualities and function. The function of everything in the world has been altered. He asked them, although he knows already, to speak their concerns, so that each being can be restored to its original design. The feeling of opposition challenges this reverence, this divine and blessed action of the gods. It deprives the gods of their roles and qualities, as well as their peace and joy. Why are your faces not shimmering with the radiance they have shown in the past? It is as if mists have dimmed the shining of the stars. Indra, as king of the gods, has the function of preserving the order of the world by overseeing the role and function of gods, mortals, and nature. He, as the leader of the gods, whose role as king has enhanced his importance and presence, will speak to the Creator on behalf of the gods. Indra must speak because his great qualities of leadership and supervision exist for that reason. Then, with his 1,000 eyes, beautiful as a sheet of lotuses, rippling in a slow wind, Indra urged on the Guru of the gods. Kalidasa fills in the details of the frame narrative, because the quality of detail is one that unveils the hidden aspects that may go unnoticed. This attention to detail, which makes Kalidasa's works stand out, are part of venerating what is sacred. This establishes Indra and the gods as having love for order and holiness. Indra explains their misery comes from the demon lord Taraka. His conquests and invasions have gone far enough. There will be nothing left of order in all of the worlds if Taraka is allowed to continue to take everything for himself. One being cannot eliminate the qualities of others by wanting everything for himself. Swollen by the favor that you granted him, Taraka, the great Asura, has risen like a comet, flooding misery over the worlds. The presence of power and prestige demands honor and respect. So the gods at first honored Taraka with tributes and homage. But even though the gods have offered tribute and homage to Taraka, he is not satisfied and continues to disrespect the gods by taking what belongs to them. Indra pleads to Brahma not to look with compassion at the corrupted presence of Taraka. His qualities bring harm and disrupt the functions of the other gods. This aggression to order must be destroyed. Justice must prevail. Justice should be venerated as holy. The quality of justice is that it prevents catastrophe to spread. One act of injustice allows another to follow. And even though treated with such worship, he goes on torturing the three worlds. An evil being can be tamed only by injury in return, not by kindness. Because of the rate the destruction is spreading, the situation requires urgency. something has to be done immediately. There is no time for the elaborate plans that have worked before in other circumstances. There is no time for the calculated infiltrations and eventual subversions, which is how Vishnu, the preserver of the world, normally restores the world's imbalance. Once function is no longer attached to presence, even divine function will become meaningless. Even Vishnu will lose his function of preserver of the world if there is no world to preserve. Vishnu's discus, on which we set our hopes of victory, struck him, shot up a single ray of fire, then seemed to ornament his neck. Brahma listens to the awful situation that threatens the order of the worlds, and being connected with everything, still speaks words of compassion. Justice without compassion separates it from its true purpose and becomes cruelty. Justice should allow things to be rebuilt, not just to punish, to tear down, and then leave everything in that bad state. The negative and unpleasant qualities of a situation should be followed by what is beneficial and good. When that speech was finished, he who lives of his own will spoke these words, and his voice was more of a blessing than a shower after thunder. Brahma knows that opposition is the cause of all this harm. A conscious being that realizes the qualities of opposition will see that it has a function too in the world. It is there to fulfill its role. By opposing one's obstacles, the presence of power is discovered. By opposing one's desire, the presence of a greater and hidden power emerges, which is known as Tapas, literally meaning the burning up, which is a philosophical term pertaining to the asceticism in Hinduism, where by renouncing desires, eventually even the body itself, one gains greater consciousness and greater powers follow. Opposition to the self is what gave Taraka his powers, because he performed tapas. Opposition is what drives Taraka to humiliate his enemies by robbing them of their roles and treasures. Opposition is also what brought Indra and the gods to complain against Taraka. From here, the Asura won his glory. He should not be destroyed from here. If you have nourished a tree, even if it is poison, it is yours, and not for you to cut. Brahma then reveals the solution to this situation. The only one who can save the gods is he who is neither opposed nor attached to the world. Only he who is beyond limits of role, quality, and function can cause the annihilation of everything that has role, quality, and function. Only the mysterious Shiva can destroy Taraka, because only Shiva can destroy everything that exists. The hope of the gods, then, is in connecting with Shiva. This connection is manifested in a being that comes from Shiva, here focalized by a sun. Shiva is the one who absorbs all that is harmful to the worlds, just as when he swallowed poison, making his neck blue. Nothing can harm him, because he is beyond anything and anyone else. If the gods can be like Shiva, then their problems will vanish. Who can stand in battle against him, advancing with all his arts of war, except a portion of the blue-necked god's own spilled seed? It may appear that Shiva also has a function, that of being the destroyer, but what are the qualities of destruction? What is its most absolute form? To truly understand the idea of destruction means that even the idea of destruction itself can be destroyed. True destruction means having no qualities left. True destruction is found in nothingness. Even ideas such as function and role, suffering and destruction, all can collapse into nothing, because this nothingness is a quality that has no qualities. The moment we think of a quality for it, we have not reached absolute nothingness. By slow degrees, by opposing our desires and our thoughts, we can attain this place that possesses no qualities. Shiva exists in this state of mind. Here there is only an emptying. The moment we attach a presence to it, the more we focus to go beyond this and that. This emptying is continuous and the truest depths of eternity. This level of consciousness is far beyond what most gods and mortals can ever hope to understand. But this mystery of emptiness is the way to end all suffering. Shiva is beyond all the gods and all their functions. He is beyond the limits of function, so he is not bound by any limits that even the creator or preserver have with their qualities. For that God is the highest light, established beyond all darkness, with a profusion of powers past the measure of Vishnu or myself. And so Kalidasa brings our attention to this mystery of consciousness. Brahma reveals at last the secret of secrets, that destruction of presence is a presence in itself. And yet, if we focus on this presence, we are engaged in creation, and so remain caught in qualities and functions. It seems beyond our understanding, and yet we know it can be understood. This state of existing in nothingness is how potentiality promises that some things will come into existence even though they are not yet present. Things that have yet to exist already exist in this way. Things that have been destroyed still exist in a way. Things that are impossible to exist do in fact exist in some way as impossibilities. All these things are present in our awareness, close enough to feel, but far enough to evade our understanding. This supreme mystery of presence is answered in Parvati. Only in her are the qualities of things that are to be attached to their being before they occur, as they occur, and after they occur. We can focus on the potential of things, and the quality of this meditation allows care, nurture, and reverence to emerge. We can then focus on reversing this growth to go deeper and deeper in the focus of things no longer existing. And this quality of meditation allows dissociation, detachment, and freedom to emerge. It is through this meditation of the reversal of potentiality that Shiva and Parvati can be truly appreciated. As a magnet draws iron to it, with the beauty of Uma, you must try to attract Shiva's mind, which now is motionless in trance. Kalidasa develops this mystical notion with the frame narrative. The king of the gods, Indra, begins to develop a plan on how to unite Shiva and Parvati. From his wisdom in observing the worlds, Indra knows that it is only by the power of attraction that things hold together, in the same way that it is only by the influence of love that two separate beings can be joined together. In the same way, it is by the quality of attraction that different qualities can be joined in one presence. The god of love is called up to assist the king of the gods, and this causes hope to appear. Hope has the quality of changing perspectives. By seeing the world differently, we yearn for something new and better. We yearn for our betterment. This yearning is exciting and promises new and better things to come. Deciding, in this trouble, that Kama would be needed, Indra sent for him through the power of his mind, doubled in speed by his urge for success.